Aw, summer is finally here. You can practically feel the sunshine and taste the vacation, right? Your bags are probably packed, flights are all booked, but hold on. Before you officially switch to vacation mode, there's one little thing you might be forgetting.
So you've got your checklist, you've gone through it twice. Flights? Check. Hotels? Check. You even got the Forex sorted. But what about that last one? A dental checkup? So many of us, especially right here in Hyderabad, just completely skip over it. And trust me, that's a small oversight that can lead to some major pain.
Because what you might not realize is that lurking just under the surface of all that pre-trip excitement is a potential vacation wrecker in disguise. You know, that tiny bit of tooth sensitivity you've been kind of ignoring? It might seem like nothing right now, but it's just waiting for the worst possible moment to make its grand, painful entrance.
So how does that even happen? Why does a little twinge you barely notice on the ground suddenly feel like a lightning bolt shooting through your jaw once you're up in the air? Well, it all comes down to some pretty fascinating and, slightly uncomfortable science.
This isn't just a random thing. It's a very real phenomenon. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your mouth, you can make sure it never, ever messes with your travel plans.
So, it's got a pretty fancy medical name, Barodontalgia. But all that really means is tooth squeeze. And that's exactly what it feels like. Intense, sudden pain that pops up during a flight. But here's the most important part. This vacation-ruining pain is almost always 100% preventable.
Okay, so here's how it works. It's pretty simple. First, a tiny little bubble of air gets trapped somewhere it shouldn't be, like inside a small cavity or under a filling that's a little loose. Then, as your plane climbs higher, the air pressure in the cabin drops. That makes the trapped air expand, like a tiny balloon inflating. And finally, since that air has nowhere to go, it puts immense pressure directly on the nerve of your tooth. And bam, sudden sharp pain.
All right, so how do we make sure that mid-air nightmare never happens to you? Well, the good news is, it's actually way simpler than you think. It all starts with a smart pre-travel check to make sure your smile is just as ready for vacation as you are. So this is all about getting ahead of any potential problems before they start. That means getting a full exam to spot any hidden issues. It means sealing up any cavities, because remember, they're the #1 culprit for flight pain. It might mean finishing a root canal, getting a professional cleaning, or just making sure crowns and bridges are secure. Basically, it's a quick once-over to ensure everything is solid.
You know, one of the specialists, a prosthodontist, over at Apollo Dental Nallakunta, said it perfectly. They said a quick check of a loose crown takes one short appointment and saves enormous trouble on the road. And that's really it, isn't it? One simple visit to save you from a world of hurt. It's all about that peace of mind.
And let's be real, that peace of mind is even more important when you're traveling with the kids. A smooth holiday for the parents really starts with the kids being happy and healthy. The last thing any of us need is a surprise toothache turning a dream vacation into a stressful ordeal.
And of course, getting kids to the dentist can be a challenge, but for us parents, it's about using positive words like tooth check and focusing on how great their smile will look at all the vacation pictures. And for the dental team, it's about making the visit quick, gentle, and friendly. No scary jargon. It honestly makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, so you've had your checkup, your smile is flight ready, and you're good to go. But wait, there are also a few smart things you can do to keep everything feeling great while you're actually on your trip.
First things first, pack a little dental emergency kit. Think of it as your smile's first aid kit. A bit of temporary filling material, some dental wax for sharp braces, maybe some clove oil. These can be absolute lifesavers. And of course, the basics, your toothbrush, floss, and definitely have your dentist's number saved in your phone, just in case.
Keeping up your routine is also super important. Staying hydrated on the plane is huge because it prevents dry mouth. Chewing some sugar-free gum can help with the pressure changes during takeoff and landing. And I'm going to say this one just once. Please do not use your teeth to open that stubborn bottle cap or rip open a bag of chips on vacation.
See, when you boil it all down, it comes to this. A tiny bit of planning before you leave means you get to fly with total confidence, knowing your dental health is one less thing you have to worry about. And if you're here in Hyderabad, getting that complete care is incredibly easy. A place like Apollo Dental in Nallakunta has 8 different specialists all under one roof. We're talking pediatric dentists for the kids, orthodontists, surgeons, everything. No more running all over the city for different appointments.
They're right there in central Hyderabad, which is super convenient for anyone living in Nallakunta, Himayatnagar, or Secunderabad.
Plus, with their advanced tech and flexible hours that go till 8 p.m., they make it really simple to get in for a checkup, even with a crazy packed schedule.
So, as you put the finishing touches on all those exciting plans, just remember this. Your vacation is planned. Your smile should be too. After all, it's the one thing you'll be wearing in every single photo you take. So, do yourself a huge favor before you fly. Give yourself the gift of a completely worry-free trip. Go on and book that pre-travel checkup. Here are all the details you need for Apollo Dental Nallakunta. You can walk in feeling ready for your vacation and walk out knowing your smile is good to go no matter where you're headed this summer. Safe travels!